Okay, let's me. Okay, all right. Now for the record, we go left on that motion. Okay, so, right, okay, all right. But starting out, now the obvious is that we can get caught up this way, or just put yourself in the middle. So movement number one. 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to change angles. 5, 6. Now 7 is to the left here. Up and down. That's both 7. 8 is a repeat. 9, 10. Thumbs face, second change, 11. I'm going to change angles here. 12, 13. Change hands again. Thumbs facing, 14, 15. Back to the second change, thumbs face. 16, 17. Oh. Thumbs face, 18, 19, 20, 21 is a step forward. 22, this is the Gokyo chain. 23, 24, step back. 25, step back again. 26, 27. When second you grip with the right hand, starts 28, sweep, turn, cut. 29, thumb space away, thumb space, 30, step back. Okay? So, okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it from a different angle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you try it a couple times on your own, see if we have any questions. Okay. Let's check in here. Okay. So from two different angles, we kind of went through our 30 movement sequence. Again, I call it a misogi, a gyo, not a kata. Okay. Anybody with a question or? Anybody?
Just that it's starting to flow better.
Good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I mean, when you're first learning something, it's kind of awkward. You know what I mean? You're learning it. You learn it. You forget it. See, what's interesting is O-sensei told Ano-sensei, learn the technique most of each time, then forget it. Because if you learn it too much, you get very rigid with him. But he wasn't talking about go blank, forget it. He was talking about it was a freedom, a fluidity. And again, I'm judging this at the moment. You discern that's there. Boom, 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 boom. You can make a form of something, or you can realize within that form there's several phases here. Boom, 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 boom. So, just taking movement. And there's a movement within that motion, or movement within that movement, within that movement. So the whole thing starts to orchestrate a bit differently if you're kind of, Nado-sensei likes the word sense. What do you sense? So for me, the word that works better for me is what do you discern? What do you discern? My judgment is I do this movement strong enough, I'll be better than most people. Okay, that's the judgment. And I tend to get heavy and thick. Have a pretty good idea of, sensing myself. Discernment's a little different. Discernment. There's that motion, and there's that motion. In the moment, there's that motion, or there's that motion, that motion. That gets bigger, deeper. This gets more expansive. But they beat back and forth, and then that motion comes out. And in the moment, discernment, which is very fluid, and boom, boom. Okay. And then, for me, I'm standing more in the middle when I can do that. Okay. Yeah. The actual spiritual dimension is important. The physical training is important, but we stand in the middle. Yes, you're going to do that. You're going to investigate that. Yes, you're going to do that. But that positioning is crucial. And not just as a form, but increasingly checking yourself out as he or she who stands kind of in the middle, so to speak. And then the answers come from within, because what's out there is kind of mirrored here. And if we get it here, then all of a sudden we find a corresponding echo. So there's a boom prayer, boom. It starts to be, at least at his level, a type of an echo phenomenon between your interior sensing and or discernment and the outer movement of the universe at his level. That's what we're all working on. Okay. Anybody else with a question or observation on that? Because that's important. Okay. Now the 30 movements, first level is you learn the steps, but you're constantly refining the steps, even on that. And there are other things we've done, but we thought we'd do is okay, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So use that last third of it, movements 21 through 30, as segueing into maybe what we might call the takemusu dimension. So here, oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Now, initially, we're kind of learning, well, there's this way, and 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 this way, and there's this way, and there's this way. Okay, so yeah, we learn it step by step. Okay, but increasingly, you know, we. I mean, it makes more sense to me personally that way than it does step by step. For me, the step by step is a lot harder. I get lost much more in the step by step. But here, boom, the step by step. Whoa, boom, 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 whoa, whoa. Okay. So try that a little bit. That's a kind of a segue into what I call more the takemusu dimension. The first 10, second 10, they're kind of giving you the basic tools. You know, your thrusting motion, your cutting motion, your turning, sweeping motion. But that last series of 10 is kind of a segue, a preview of the takemusu, for me, what I call. Since somebody else said, Jack, you're totally off, but I call it that. Okay, so try it a couple times on your own. Okay, so that last 10. Anybody questions or observations? It's, I guess, a different feel. So, you know, initially you got to learn 21 through 30 like the rest of them. Then you start to kind of, I call it respectfully messing around. You always respect the source material. The source material comes from both sensei. Okay? What do I get from watching O Sensei versus a lot of the people he trained? He respectfully messed around with his source material, which came from Kami. Much more than they did. They kind of looked at him and they created their own version of what he did. Okay. And the movements that he did came from Kami. All right. Stan Pranin actually said something that was very interesting. he said that, he would show, or, a lot of real classical martial arts teachers would look at O-sensei and they'd be very critical of him. This is kind of interesting, Well, he's O-sensei, no, there's nah. Because if you're looking at him in terms of exactly what they were, these are certain truths, then what he's doing is very fluid and very free. Okay? And they were critical of that. So it wasn't like, wow, here's genius. It's like, that's kind of weird. No. Yeah, because if you're doing this in terms of like, the system created, within what O-sensei was doing, a lot of his top students, they created a form or set off of what he was doing. Did he do that? Well, probably. All right, there are enough similarities between them. You figure, they generally all start out, with a thrusting motion, and you can go left or you can go right, boom. Okay, so, but, all right, so I'm just saying, respectfully, mess around. Respectfully. If you start taking the staff and beating people over the head with it, or you get carried away and demolish, some fine china that's being displayed, that's not being respectful. Okay, all right. But what do we want? Okay. Well, basically, what I want, and I've said this before, boom, is that what you really want to do is you want to begin to create what's called organized chaos. If it's just chaos, it rips you to pieces. If it's too organized and structured, what is organized chaos? It's fun. You organize it too much, you got to do some of it. But if it's too chaotic, that ruins the fun as well. Organized chaos. And what makes it fun? Because it's something you love. It comes out of love. The fun comes out of love. And there's kind of a wild quality to it that you don't want to totally tame. And if that wild side of you gets out of control, it's going to turn destructive. So it's organized chaos that comes out of a loving feeling. Boom, 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 boom. That's all just me messing around. Somebody says, what did you just do? I said, I don't know. But it's organized. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. It's organized. Is it fun? Yeah. Why do I do it? I love it.